Well, blessed be God, an angel stood over here at this door, and an angel stood over here and pushed the flames back, and this building was spared. And the next Sunday morning we walked in this building with it soaked and charred by smoke, and we had no place to put the nurseries, but that couldn't stop us. We kept on going. We even grew, had nursery in the hallways, and Sunday school classes meeting in buses, and in the alley. And got a building over here in the annex and quickly put up studs in 1 week. In 1 week, we put up enough studs and drywall to have Sunday school for many of our kids in the annex. And we lived that way for a couple of years. 2 or 3 years we lived that way. But the church went on. We had to face the building of a high school. Financially we had problems and we had to face it. But we did it. We built a grade school and had a hard time. How can we do it? But we did it. We built another grade school and we did it. We faced the building of a college, but we did it. We had a new building to buy, an opportunity to buy a new building where we have the college now, but we did it. Nothing has ever stopped the progress of this great church. Now, can we defeat the horses and lose to the footmen? Can we win great battles of Jericho and let a battle of Ai cause us to fall defeated at the hands of the enemy? Look, this is the kind of thing that will destroy a church like this. We don't have to gird ourselves for it. We don't think. There's no enemy trying to destroy this church that we can see today. Nobody is threatening to bomb our buildings as far as we can see today. We have nobody saying, we'll destroy you. No, but listen, there never has been and there never will be a church destroyed from without. It's always destroyed from within. If we become complainers, it just doesn't seem like church. Don't say that. Don't say it. Well, there's too much noise. Don't say that. Don't say it. Let's leave this place and go to the Civic Center 2 weeks from today, and let's walk in with a song in our heart, on our lips, resolve that we're going to make this 10 of the best weeks this church has ever known. Now here's the announcement. Our plans have been to have Sunday school here, except the adults, except the pastor's class and the adults who want to go to the Civic Center. But to have our Sunday school here, and then to go to the Civic Center for our preaching services. Now, I've sat down alone. I've sat down with the superintendents, and I've talked with the deacons at a special call meeting of the deacon board. We have come to the conclusion that we could not transport the 6,000 people that meet here for Sunday school at 9:40 or 9:30 in less than probably an hour and a half between here and the Civic Center. If we came here through rain and sleet and snow, and we'll have all three before December 15th, walk in here and take our kiddos to their departments, take off their boots, take off their coats, after having found a parking place. Then we stay for an hour, and then we come back to get our kiddos from Sunday school and take them to the Civic Center. Put on their boots, their coats, go down to the Civic Center, find a parking place there, and imagine, if you would please, the traffic jam between here and the Civic Center. Think of it. Now, the alternative is to go by bus. It would take, to transport the 6,000 people, it would take about 140 buses. We would have to pull almost all of our buses off the road and not use them for our bus ministry. And if we had 140 buses lined up here, you'd have to walk all the way to Hessville to get on one. The truth is, you couldn't line 140 buses up between here and the Civic Center. Now, we have wrestled with this thing. The superintendents met last night. The deacons met last night. Not a deacon present, and not a superintendent present could think of any other plan but this. And the deacons voted to adopt this plan. Have I told you how wonderful you are, Lily? Have I told you how great you are and how you respond so positively to every suggestion? Have I told you how nice you look this morning? When my eyes open, I will. We're going to have to disband our A Sunday school for 10 weeks. And only have a large preaching service in the Civic Center, so that all of us can only make one trip to one building. Which means that the only thing that will be used during a Sunday school time at 9:30 for the next 10 weeks at this church will be the nurseries. Which means that from the beginners and up, we'll all go to the Civic Center at 9:30, have one giant service ending at 11:30, and dismissing at 11:30. That breaks your heart, doesn't it, that 11:30 idea? But that's all we can do. I have spent hours trying to devise a better plan. I don't like this plan. I don't like it. It's like George Bernard Shaw said about democracy. He said democracy is a very poor form of government, and all the others are poorer. The same thing is true about this plan. There's no way in the world we could even, somebody said, how about keeping our teenagers here? We'll have 1,200 teenagers a Sunday in a Sunday school this fall. Now, you know what that means, Sunday school teachers? That means that all your fall program plans can be used in the spring. The ice cream, you can give it out in the spring. The candy, you'll just have to gain a lot of weight. You say, I don't like it. I don't either. But there's no other choice. There is no other choice. Our deacons talked and talked and talked, came up with nothing else. Our Sunday school teachers, our superintendents, talked and talked and talked, and unanimously agreed this is the only plan we can have. That means that we'll have beginners. We have enough rooms in the Civic Center for the beginner. Now you know why I said Civic Center this morning so many times. We have enough rooms in the Civic Center to take care of 600 people. That can take care of our beginner children. Which means that primaries and up will meet at 9:30 every Sunday morning for a 2-hour service. We'll have something exciting every Sunday that'll appeal to the young people as well as to the adults. Some guest. We'll have the bus children sitting with departments way up in the back. In the back seats of the Civic Center, we'll have signs saying Primary 1, Primary 2, Junior 1, Junior 2, Junior 3, and the bus captains will take their bus children and put them all together, and the teachers of each department will sit with the bus children of their department. Now, the other children can sit with their departments or can sit with their families. You can take your choice. We have some preference they sit with their departments, but not much. We'll ask all the Sunday school teachers and superintendents to go to the departments unless you sing in the choir. In that case, you won't have to. But we'll ask you to sit with your departments in order to keep order. Somebody said, is it light enough up there in the back of the Civic Center? I want it dark so I can't see all the kids misbehaving up there while I'm preaching. In fact, I'm going to get me put the main crowd on the main floor, individual chairs, and get me some blinds and do it like that so I can't see upstairs and see what's going on. You say, won't we have a lot of noise? We sure will. And I can just see it now. I can see right in the middle of the sermon. I can see it, that kid going, phew, here comes the airplane. You say, what are you going to do? I'm going to cry. And have Brother Fisk cuss for me a little bit. Now, that's the plan. And it's the only feasible plan that we have. There's some good things about it. Of course, it'll be a short, instead of being at church from 9:30 until 12:30, we'll be at church from 9:30 to 11:30. You will not be able to see baptizing. Only 200 folks can see 200 people at a time can see baptizing. We cannot build a baptistry in the Civic Center. We have to move it every week and empty it every week. So we're going to go downstairs and baptize in the swimming pool. I'll be coming out every week to baptize and so forth.